This year, across Scotland, young people are taking part in the Programme for International Student Assessment, or PISA, as it's more commonly known as. And this year, the primary focus is on science. It's actually the biggest research study in education in the world. And I've come to this school to find out a little bit more about what it is and why it's important. Keith, great to meet you. Tell me a little bit about your role with PISA. What do you do? What's your job there?
So I'm a principal research officer in learning analysis at the Scottish Government.
So the boss.
Well, not quite the boss.
Almost the boss.
Yeah, it's my job to evaluate and government policies and undertake research into how the education system in Scotland is working. And as part of that is managing PISA in Scotland, so managing the contract. So I oversee a company called the National Foundation for Educational Research, and they undertake the PISA assessments for us. I also sit on the PISA governing board, so that's 80 countries around the world who, I suppose, set the future direction for PISA.
So it's 80 countries. So, and who runs the entire thing? I mean, is there an overarching kind of body that is kind of in charge of PISA?
Well, the international body, the OECD, are in charge of PISA. It's kind of their baby, if you like, and they've been running it since the year 2000. So they run it from international perspective, and then but it's the countries themselves that set the future direction.
Okay.
So the 80 plus countries will sit around the table every 6 months.
That's a big table.
It is a big table.
80, I'm just imagining there's 80 countries all sitting around. It kind of has that sort of United Nations kind of, if I think about it like that, is it?
Very much so. You have your countries in front of you, your country names, and if you want to speak, you put your country names on the side.
Small flag on the table.
Not quite the flags, but everybody's named by their country, and then we have get-togethers every 6 months to decide future direction, thinking ahead to future assessments and what's going to be assessed and how. So it's very much driven by the countries that take part.
Is there kind of broad agreement? I'm imagining 80 countries all sitting together, and knowing politics as I do, I can imagine great arguments and discussions. And I mean, or is there a general consensus about this is the direction that we want to go?
I think there's a fundamental ethos for PISA in terms of its international task, in terms of assessing, young people at the points at which they're about to go into the wide world, choose their subjects, go into university, and to understand what skills and knowledge they have to be able to take forward into their adult lives. Yeah. So I think that's a fundamental thing that everybody agrees on. Yeah. And I suppose what we debate is how to do that. And I think you have international experts from across the world that put a lot of effort into and thinking into how we do that. And the great thing about PISA is it's adaptable. So you have the core sort of maths, reading and science behind it, but you have the innovative domain. So it looks at things like AI and cooperation and things like that. So it's adapting to the future world.
Well, gosh, and the world is changing incredibly fast. And are you kind of over that? Do you think, my goodness, things like AI, for example, how are we going to factor in AI into the decisions we make?
One of the real benefits of PISA is that it is adaptable. It's always looking to the future. At the moment, we're thinking about PISA 2029, how we're going to look at how AI, how students interact with AI, how it helps them to learn, how they can pick, facts from fictions or falsehoods, and to make it work for them.